Diego, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming. You should have a microphone over there. What are media days like when you're the guy?
Oh, I don't know if I'm the guy, you know.
Well, you're the guy. Okay, fair enough. I would say you're
trying to be the guy.
Definitely one of the faces of the league. I would say that because you had a wonderful season last year. One of the guys. What's it like to be one of the faces, to be one of the guys when you go to that thing?
Yeah, I would. It was a cool experience for sure. But every time someone brought something up like that, I was just thinking to myself, like, I want way more. You know, for me, my teammates, a lot of us are not on like draft boards. I mean, hype is just hype at the end of the day. But when you look at the numbers, I feel like I'm the best in the country. And that's just off numbers. There's two things that don't lie, numbers and film. So, you know, I just got to bring it every single Saturday this upcoming year, and I'll be on everyone's draft board, and I'll be ready to go to the league.
Did you go to the SEC Media Days last year and represent Vanderbilt?
No.
So this was the first year you did that?
Yeah. Last year, I barely came into Vanderbilt like a year and a month and a half ago.
So you were late in?
Yeah, I was late in. I had to do 21 credits at New Mexico State to graduate to come into Vanderbilt.
Was that because it was Vanderbilt or because you were transferring just generally?
Yeah, it was because it was Vanderbilt. They don't accept like credits from, I guess.
Like junior college?
Well, I went junior college, then New Mexico State, and then I had to graduate because I was just older, I guess. And then they don't really take junior or senior transfers at Vanderbilt because of academics.
Oh, so you had to graduate.
Yeah, I had to graduate.
We were talking to Coach Lee last year, and he was talking about, you know, it's hard to get into Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah.
And to recruit players, it's got to be a special type of player. I didn't realize that it sounds like juniors and seniors can't transfer in. You have to have graduated to come in. So that puts a lot of stress on you then at school, right? Like to get all that done?
For sure. I mean, I was taking 21 credits. I was still working out, 2-3 times a day, still going to practice, watching them practice. But it was all online, so that was cool.
Whenever I tried to do like online, when I got a ticket, I spent way less time invested in being on because it was like easily available. So I did terrible at taking like driver's ed online. Yeah. So I feel like if I took online classes, I would not pay attention.
Well, you should have just typed it into ChatGPT. Would have got it done.
That's true. Yeah, you're true.
Different times.
Not saying I do that. I just know a few students.
What's Vandy like to go to class? I'm assuming you're going to class.
Oh yeah, you meet a lot of interesting kids at class that want to like basically own the world, or someone like their parents are just really interesting, or they just tell you their background. And that's what I like doing. I like learning about people and then building relationships like that. And so I met a few people just like in the hallways and stuff who were just interesting. Their parents or something are high up, or they're from Nashville. They own some like real estate. But I really like the students at Vanderbilt.
Do you walk around and constantly get asked for selfies?
More towards the end of the year than beginning for sure.
Because football season is on everyone's mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Can you go online classes now?
So I have an all online major right now.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm really bought into football.
Yeah. Did they make sure? Do most guys do that?
No, actually, not from Vanderbilt.
Really?
We got a lot of smart kids on our roster. That's what makes us elite.
Yeah. Why did you choose Vanderbilt?
Well, I chose it because at New Mexico State, my head coach, offensive coordinator, safeties coach, quarterback coach, let me think who else, running back coach. Vanderbilt picked up about 6 or 7 of our coaches, and then they took like 4 of our players, and then so I was like, shoot, I might as well join them, And then once Coach Kill really went to Vanderbilt, that's when I was like, okay, I'm bought in.
Whenever you come over or you're thinking about coming over, are they like, hey, Diego, there's a good shot you can play? Or is it just you just believe in yourself and go, not really knowing, I guess not knowing, not how to say it, but not really having an understanding of where you're going to fit in the depth chart?
Well, there was a quarterback battle going in. I kind of scouted that going into it, but the starter had just left. So I knew the spot was open and there wasn't going to be no favoritism or anything like that. And all I asked for going in is, because I know there's a lot of politics in the SEC and like these big conferences. So I told them, I'll come if you promise me that it's a 50-50 shot and the better person will play.
So you didn't even ask for the guarantee to start. You just wanted a fair shot to win the job.
I just wanted a fair shot to win the job.
What was the scheme difference offensively from New Mexico to here?
Same thing.
because the coaches came, a lot of it were running the same terminology and everything?
Same terminology. There was a little bit of a twist because of our offensive line coach. He coached like Lamar Jackson at Louisville. And so we took a slight little twist with that. And so I had to learn a little bit, but it wasn't too much learning that I had to do.
Did you feel that when you came in, you were equal to the guy immediately? And I don't know who you were in the quarterback battle with. Did you guys start at the same place, or did you come in a little behind and you had to catch up?
I would say I was probably ahead just because I was at New Mexico State for a year and a half with the offensive coordinator and stuff.
So you knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
What you were expected to
and
do.
I was in the background. So at like practice, I would go watch practice every single day in the spring because I couldn't practice. And like on 7-on-7 and in team reps, I would take my drop back. When he said hike, I would take my drop back. I'd go through my reads and I'd fake throw the ball before like the quarterback would do it.
So it's like being on the on-deck circle and timing pitches.
Yep.
You're there taking cuts, just, timing it.
Just mental reps.
And when did you feel like you guys, and I hope this comes off as super respectful, but Vanderbilt has a history and a culture of being a very smart school that occasionally has blips of success with the football program. I think Coach Lee has really brought in a culture of success.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
Coach Franklin did the same thing, but other than those two, it's been difficult for Vanderbilt to have any sustained success. When did you start to feel like, hey, we're actually going to be pretty good?
Well, first things first, like it was hard to mesh with the team because I was only there like a month and a half before we played our first game. So I felt like Virginia Tech was when like, okay, we have a chance to be good. And then when we lost to Missouri, they were like the number 6 or 5th ranked team in the country.
That was like an overtime, a field goal.
Double overtime, we lost by a field goal. And we could have won it. I still blame that one on me. We could have won it. And then after that, everyone was like, man, we could do this. And then next week, we had the bye. Then the following week, we played Bama and we beat them.
That game was wild. I think most people started watching a different game, and about third quarter, the entire country was on you guys' game.
Well, I bet it was pretty hype. It was a back and forth battle.
Again, the ticker, that's probably how most of us, it's unfair for me because I know Coach Lee a little bit, but I think most of America was watching the ticker, and the longer you guys stayed with Bama, it was like, oh, we'll check back on that game. We'll check back. Okay. About the third quarter, all my friends were texting me, oh, we're dialed in. We're watching this. That game, did you feel like at the beginning your guys knew you guys could match up with them, or was it after a few series you felt like, oh, we can compete with these guys? How did you guys start that game?
I felt like everyone came in. Maybe some guys did come in, not as confident because of the past and they've been on the team. But I feel like for the most part, the starters and the twos were pretty hyped about going in and playing Bama. Obviously, we just came off a close loss to Missouri. So they wanted to see how we were going to bounce back. And that was the biggest thing. And then once we punched first and then we got another pick 6, it was like, okay, just keep the ball rolling.
And what does Coach Lee or your offensive coordinator say at halftime? Because I don't know what you guys need at halftime in order to continue to believe in yourself.
Right. I think we were up like 23-10, and the message was keep the foot on the gas. And then I remember our O-lineman, Big Glow, he was walking out and he was like, I'm not walking out this motherfucker without a W. And so that was just the mentality, just any way possible, just find a win.
So I think a lot of teams will get caught up in trying to hold on to the lead more so than continuing to try to win. And you guys went out with that mindset of, hey, we're going to keep going and we're going to be aggressive. Even if it comes back, we'd rather be aggressive than not.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we knew they were going to still put up points. They're talented on offense, and they will be this upcoming year. So it takes a lot of points to beat a team like Alabama.
Is that a game where you can watch tape leading up to it and have confidence that you can compete?
Yeah, for sure. I kind of knew they weren't going to change it up a lot. They're going to play a lot of man coverage. And so I knew what I was going to kind of get.
Did that feel disrespectful that we're going to play a lot of man coverage? I think I'd be disrespected. Like, you think you can just cover us one-on-one?
100%. I actually have a funny story for you that I'll tell you after off mic.
I love those. Can't wait. I love those. Yeah, I think if they're playing man the whole game, I think I'm feeling a bit disrespected.
For sure. That's if you actually think you're better than me. You know what I mean? And so that's a sign of disrespect for sure. But you have to play man in the SEC. And because you have to bring blitzes, quarterbacks are too good to if you just let them sit back there, they're going to find someone.
You have to play man some.
Right, not all the time.
Yeah, if you're manning up all game, that means you think one-on-one you're better than Like,
Right.
you can line up and shut down my wide receiver every play. I think I would be a little irritated. I'd probably throw 9 interceptions. You didn't. I think I would probably throw 9 interceptions doing that. But I think I would take that personally if they're running man defense on me the whole time. Did they change their scheme on you mid-game, and did you feel it?
No, I think they started to play more man, actually. Even in 3rd and long situation, it was man, and we're going to
just blitz and be aggressive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have Eli Stower, so it was different.
And so what are you like in the huddle?
Oh, I'm real serious in the huddle. Like, once it's business, once that clock starts, it's all business from there on out. And then I try to just get everyone prep, give everyone confidence to go into the next play and just succeed. If someone misses a block or something, I'm smacking him on his ass and just tell him, hey, you got it.
Why do your guys believe in you?
I think they just see that, I'm not going to go out without a fight. Like, I want to win more than anything else in life. Like, this is all I know. All I know is football. Without football, I don't know what I would do.
At this part of the year, because football season is still 50 days away or so?
Right. I think it's less than 50 days, about 40-some.
Where are you physically? Are you do you like work and then taper down before the season, or is it just an ascent and then your gas is fully hit?
Yeah, we'll probably fall camp starts in about 2 weeks. We'll probably go hard this week. Next week we'll probably taper down a little bit going into fall camp, and then blast off. And then probably a week before our first game we'll probably taper off a little bit. What
will you do leading into this season that was different than last season, since you have one under your belt now?
I'll do more recovery in the training room. And then one thing I need to do is hurry up my feet, and that's something that I'm working on. And then once I do those 2 things and I stay healthy the whole year, it'll be the funnest year for Vanderbilt.
When you say hurry up your feet, what are you doing specifically? Are you talking about drills? Are you talking
right, like some footwork drills, more quarterback-ish drills for my feet.
Like old school ladder type stuff? Like, because Rocky, they had the Russian who would do the technology stuff, and then Rocky be out fighting a chicken.
Right.
What version are you doing?
Oh, yeah. I remember he was trying to catch that chicken. No, I'm doing more like bag work, going over the bags, going through the bags. Having one thing that we did last year is Corday and our other D tackle, Zaylen Wood. They would take 1 second and they would just free rush me. And I would just try to escape. It was basically a scramble drill and then find a receiver.
Do you like before a game to be extremely hype, or, because we've had other guys come in, like MMA fighters, they don't want to be hyped. They want to have good adrenaline, but they don't want to be hyped because then they don't react and think the same. They want to be as calm as possible. Where are you before the game starts?
Oh, I'm hyped. I'm jumping up and down. I'm ready to go, and then sometimes what's kind of like embarrassing though is sometimes when your energy is too high and then you're just like starting to come down and focus, you'll catch like these yawns that are like really kind of embarrassing, and you don't want no one to see it. So you're like hitting like one of these or something like that. And
you brought in the plaque here with part of the goalpost. That's pretty cool.
Oh, you like it?
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how many of these did you guys grab and save from the goalpost?
Oh, I don't know. That's a Vanderbilt question.
That's the first thing I would have done is saved it, shaved it all down, and then sold it all for parts. Like I was stripping cars.
They did do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would have done. What about like the Vanderbilt fans? Like, again, the culture of Vanderbilt has been a lot of smart kids, but Coach Franklin and Coach Lee are the two that have really brought in that winning culture. I don't think that they know to love football consistently. I feel like you've brought that energy to the team. Are more of the Vanderbilt fans, showing support in your DMs, like rooting for you than before last year?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, I don't think they like knew of me what I was capable of last year, and I feel like, they're ready to see a show. Obviously, that comes with winning. The more we win, the more they'll show up. But one thing that I do want to change of Vanderbilt is last year, students were trying to come in. We ran out of student tickets, and I just think that should never happen.
When they also rushed the field, they rushed it very nice. They calmly and walked down the stairs. That was one of the kinder, gentler stadium rushes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we're in.
The cop was probably like, oh, go ahead,
What are the facilities like at Vanderbilt? And I would like for you to walk back to both schools, because I would assume each time was a big come up and it felt different.
Right. Yeah, when I got to coming from JUCO, we worked out in a tent. Literally, it was squat racks. Like if you walked out on concrete and you were working out in the parking lot, we just put squat racks on them, and it was a dome kind of like Arizona State's indoor, but it was just concrete, and we squatted in there, we benched in there, and then
it sounds like prison. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like. The prison yard with like a little tent over the top of it.
Right. It was a military school, and the only way that you were able to get like an extra workout in is they had like the pull-up bars, the dip bars, and so at NIMI, you really couldn't be up at a certain time, and I would like sneak out of my room 4:30 in the morning, and I'm like trying to like creep on the wall so no one would see me, and I would go and like work out from like probably get there at 4:45, work out till about 6, and then or like 5:30, and then come back, take a quick shower, and be in formation by like 5:45.
Because it was a military institute.
Yeah. And then when I went to New Mexico State, it was like, oh my God, this is heaven, you know? And obviously, you know, they had a really good weight room there, but there was like no indoor, no grass field. And then I come to Vanderbilt, and I'm like, they're serving steak every single day, chicken every single day. I'm like, what? Like, what's going on, you know?
The nutrition's a big difference.
Oh, the biggest difference for sure.
And so you can get whatever food you want whenever?
Yeah, shrimp. There's sometimes lobster. That's what I had the same face.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no. And then the desserts are great too.
So they just have like chefs, cooks, always cooking food?
Always.
What about snacks?
Food. Oh, dude, they have like a thing from this wall to this wall filled with. What's your favorite snack?
I mean, I love a lot of fruits. I love a lot of cookies. So I'm a big fruit and cookies guy, probably.
Yeah, they got that.
Yeah.
They got cookies.
They got Gushers.
Yeah.
What's those climb bars or something?
Mm-hmm. And those are anytime. 1 in the morning, 8 in the morning.
Eight, yeah. All day.
Dude, they wouldn't have anything left if we were there.
Dude, I know. We can't even have a break room here.
Oh, you should have saw my sister. So my sister came down. We took her to New Mexico State. Obviously, there was like just bagels and stuff. We go over here. She asked for a bag, and she's like walking around making sure no one looks, just like putting snacks in the bag.
We went to Auburn and worked out with the basketball team. That's what we did in the room. We walked in.
Yeah, dude.
They had like a trail mix with M&Ms. That's the high stuff.
Those are fire.
Yeah, so we took those.
Yeah.
And we were like putting them in our bag. So like I understand what your sister was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the stuff's expensive too. It's crazy to think
Unlimited
about.
anything is awesome.
Oh yeah, I remember I asked for like a protein shake, and they took me to the back, and there was like stacked to the top like it was Costco, you know. And I remember I took like a protein box just home, and I was like, I'm the man.
Yeah, I would feel the same way.
Yeah.
I'm seeing previews for the show on Netflix, and I'm a big SEC guy. I grew up in SEC, grew up in Arkansas, so big Arkansas guy. I would imagine because you guys had such a good season last year that you're prominently in it. Have you seen it?
I've seen the trailer, but from the people that I talked to at Netflix, they said that they really liked our part in the show. It was like probably the most interesting is what they said.
Do you know when they're there? Did you know when they were there?
I just think that they were they started there the week before Bama, leading up to Bama, and then they caught like 4 or 5 games. They went to the Kentucky game, Tennessee game, Auburn. So maybe 4 or 5 games that they were there, and then they went to my house as well in Albuquerque.
Cool. Did they do mic you up, talk to you? You do like stand-up interviews, or is it just like they're just watching, like fly on the wall?
No, they would do like one-on-one interviews, pull you into the room and do stuff like that.
Was anyone like, hey, they can't put in what you don't say, so make sure what you say, everything you say? Because I did a reality show once, and when I wasn't working, because I did Dancing with the Stars, when I wasn't dancing, I kept my mouth shut because I knew they could take anything and make it whatever they wanted to do. They could switch the narrative to do whatever they wanted to do. Did anybody give you kind of a tip, like everything you say can be used in this?
Yeah, they did say that. I feel like there's maybe some nut job stuff that I said in there that maybe they can use in 2 ways.
In a game, it doesn't matter. That's cool because you're being you.
Right.
It's the interview stuff that could get you in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. And I hope they didn't use it in a bad way, but I don't think they did. I think the people that we worked with were pretty good.
That's pretty cool. They were there for the Bama game, though.
Yeah, that was fun. They got to see my family too, and anyone who knows my family, they're nut jobs.
Okay, I'm going to follow up on that. Your family, why are they so awesome?
Well, I have 2 older brothers, a younger sister, and my mom. And then for the Bama game, like my mom has 13 brothers and sisters, and obviously we got a lot of friends and stuff. And so literally like 73 people came or something like that. And I mean, it was a blast, and they had the camera on them before. So I'm pretty excited to see like my brothers before the game. But it'll be interesting, that Netflix show.
His brother's got a lot of airtime. I remember, were they wearing overalls or something?
Yeah, my oldest brother wears the overalls, the cowboy hat, chain.
I would think
and
after...
he's ripped, too.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Older, you say?
Yeah.
Did he play ball?
NAIA.
So after a game like that or any big win, I think it would be difficult to get focused quickly because you won on Saturday. Sunday's big day of celebrating, even though you're supposed to turn the page. But then Monday, you're back around other people, and all they want to do is tell you that's amazing. You're doing interviews based on that. How hard is it to get back on track after a massive win?
Yeah, I remember we were playing Kentucky. They just came off a big win of Ole Miss. And so I knew I had to get on track quick. So what I did that week, I knew it was going to be very busy. I studied a lot that Sunday night. And then Monday we were off. So Monday morning I was studying a lot just at home and stuff. So I kind of knocked that all out. And I found that useful, and I'm probably going to do it this year a lot. But Sunday, my brothers literally opened the bar and closed the bar that day until they had to fly back Monday morning.
They were celebrating for you.
Oh, yeah.
In your place.
Yeah. I remember they came to practice. I was like, hey, well, I need a ride. They had my car and stuff. I'm like, hey, I need a ride. Can you guys come pick me up? They're freaking hammered coming into practice, smell like beer. I'm like in the back, I'm trying to pay attention. They're like dapping me up, dapping Coach Kill, Coach Beck up. And then one of the guys was like, hey, like, we need you guys to calm down just a little bit, please. So they sat on this side, and every time we go to the sideline, they're just hyped. They're excited, and they're proud of the team.
What was your greatest high school game?
Oh, shoot. So junior year, I had to actually play JV because of the transfer rule. And I would say I probably had maybe 6 touchdowns in the half. And then I just sat off the rest of the day.
So you had to play JV and then you just dominated.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I played freshman, I played varsity. Sophomore year, I played varsity. And then my junior year, I transferred, and they made me sit out and play JV.
The whole year?
Yeah, the whole year.
Was that boring?
Oh, it was bad. It was. There was a crazy play. I was playing running back, receiver. I just told them, hey, just throw me the ball real quick. And we had this other kid who played quarterback too. And if they drew up the route for him, I'd be like, hey, switch, you play quarterback real quick. And I would run the route, And so I would run the route. But there was one time I took a handoff, and I'm running up the left side. I curve it back to midway, and then some kid face masked me. I come back and score a touchdown. And that was the day I had 6 touchdowns and a half. And so I just sat on the sideline. And it got really boring. I wish I was able to play varsity. Maybe that affected why I didn't get any offers. But I'm also from New Mexico,
How was your senior year then?
Oh, I ended up getting hurt the first game, and I had to sit out for 6 games. But we were 11-1, and we lost in the playoffs 49-56.
So you missed your whole junior year. Well, missed it. You had to play junior varsity, and then you missed a big part of your senior year because of injury?
Yeah.
So is that why you didn't get the offers, at least any Division I offers?
No, I felt because towards the end, I was still playing football, and I was still playing really good.
But were you playing quarterback?
Yeah. And no, I don't think no one wanted a 5'10", 5'11" quarterback. They didn't believe in me.
So why did you choose to go to what'd you call it?
New Mexico Military.
No,
NIMI.
NIMI. Yeah. Why'd you choose NIMI?
Oh, my brother chose it for me, really. I was thinking about maybe walking on to a powerhouse, maybe Oklahoma. Obviously, Baker Mayfield was a walk-on.
Twice. Texas Tech and Oklahoma.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I was thinking of doing maybe one of those. And it was literally a week before. And then the NIMI offensive coordinator, Coach Kaiser, came into my school and was like, hey, you need to come to NIMI. It'll work out well for you. We've had 5 Division I quarterbacks in 3 years. It'll be great. You'll have a great opportunity. So we kind of, and that was when that Netflix show, Last Chance U came out. And so JUCO was big at the time and everyone was taking looks at it. So I was thinking just, all right, I'm going to go JUCO for a year and then I'll transfer D1. And then so went JUCO, went 6-4. And then we went to the next year we went to the national championship, won the national championship, and then that's how I ended up at New Mexico State.
Did you start to get other offers other than New Mexico State? Like,
Oh, I'll tell you when the offers came in. So I switched my Twitter. Twitter has all the offers. Like, that's how you get offered nowadays. And on my Twitter, I said I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I changed it to Tampa, Florida. And then once I changed it, literally a week after, I started getting offers and started talking to schools. It was crazy.
Because you said you're a Florida player and they just respected the Florida players more?
I guess that's how it works, you know?
Are you sure they just didn't get put onto you
no,
around the same time you switched it?
Hey, I don't know. But once I switched it, it was like, oh, now these coaches want to talk to me, you know?
What's the expectation this season? Is it a win-loss expectation? Is it a show up and be competitive expectation?
It's a win-win. Win the national championship. That's the expectation for Vanderbilt football.
Do you feel like you're so much further ahead now than you were last year as a team? Like what you know and what you're able to do offensively?
For sure, offensively, as a team, yes, too. Just like last year, like I only came in a month and a half before, and I was focused on, one, myself to win the job, and then two, I was just trying to be around the guys, trying to, know everyone's name. And it was hard because they didn't know my signals. They didn't know the signals of the offense. They didn't know some plays in the offense. So we had to kind of keep it really, really basic and go win with those basic plays because the offensive coordinator was only there for a semester, and so that was really hard at first. But now that everyone knows everything, I mean, we'll shoot up to the moon.
Were people hitting you up after last season to transfer to other schools?
Well, after I got my year, there was some talks for sure. But I knew I was going to stay at Vanderbilt. I knew where I wanted to be. I want to, finish something that I started.
How do you feel about the transfer portal, just in general?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing, and I feel like sometimes it can be used in a not bad way, but just not in the way it should be used. But I enjoyed the players that come out of the portal. Some of the, like Eli, myself, I wouldn't be able to be here if it wasn't for the portal.
I feel like one, maybe two, and I think that's where it will eventually be, where it's not a transfer every year. Listen, a coach can leave all he wants. So I think it's only fair that a player gets to leave too, especially if the coach leaves. So I'm very pro players making money. I'm very pro players getting to transfer because that's real life. I could leave this job and go to a different job. I'm in a contract, but I could quit. And so I'm very portal friendly. But I wonder if, or how you felt about it. You could leave and go in 5 years, 5 different schools. Do you feel like that's a bit excessive?
For sure. I think once you're doing that, I think coaches should really realize that, maybe you're not who you say you are. The reason why I left is because I'm a loyal person and I followed Coach Kill and my offensive coordinator wherever they've been.
Also, whenever you went to JUCO, that was the idea of going
to
Division I school. Are most kids there that doing that? Like they're at JUCO so they can move out?
Yeah, that's the whole plan. JUCO's only a 2-year thing max.
And is that communicated by the coaches too? Like, we know why you're here. We're going to try to get you there.
Right. So JUCO coaches are trying to get out too. So that's what makes it great. Is like, okay, because I came in with a 4-star, and the 4-star was projected to start over me. And so when they realized the 4-star wasn't as good as me, the offensive coordinator had to play me because he's trying to get out too. So that's why I really like JUCO.
You were a 3-star?
No, I was a no-star.
You were a no-star?
I was a negative star.
What sports did you play?
I wrestled and played football.
You weren't a negative star. Okay.
I was just
like, is that a real thing?
So they have me ranked as.
You wrestled?
Wrestled, played football, and then I played baseball for 2 years.
Which sport were you the best at?
People thought I was the best at wrestling, but I believe that I just loved football so much.
You love football more?
Yeah, way more.
Could you have wrestled in college?
Yeah.
Could you play baseball in college?
If I would have worked at it, yeah.
What coach has had the most impact on your career?
Jerry Kill.
Why? What's special about him?
Oh, he's hard hat lunch pill. He's just different. Like, you just talk to him and he just realizes that he's never lied to me. Even at New Mexico State, I was going through a bad time because I wasn't in the starting lineup. We were 1-5. and it just sucked being 1 of 5. Like losing is just terrible. And I was like, hey, like I want to help the team. I want to come back. I want to go to a bowl game. Like, how can I step on the field again? And he told me just, stop turning the ball over, get better in my reads. And literally once I stopped turning the ball over and got better in my reads, he put me back in the starting lineup. And like, hey, he told the people over there, hey, play this kid, just let him be, just let him play. And so once that happened, he gave me another chance. It was blast off to the moon. But I respect Coach Kill because he's never lied to me.
There have been times where if I were playing a celebrity golf tournament, we're playing a big course that I can play as a video game, I'll get on and play the video game. Or I have a simulator in my house, or I get on and look at the course.
Yeah.
Do you get on? Can you get on college football, or do you have that Jaden Daniels was famous for even doing stuff in the simulator? Do you have any?
Right.
Do you have the ability to do that at all? Like look ahead?
Oh well, we watch film like. So say we play Kentucky, we've watched film already in the Kentucky stadium, but you don't realize what it is until you actually play in that environment.
What do you mean in the stadium?
Like once you're in it, once you're there. Like sometimes like Auburn's depth perception is kind of different than Kentucky's because it just like goes up higher and stuff on the walls. But
so I don't know what you're saying on the walls. Like
the dome.
Did they digitally put a room around you?
No. Like this is like when you step into the arena.
Okay, in real life.
This is real life.
Okay,
yeah.
Got it.
Auburn holds like 104,000. Kentucky doesn't hold as much.
Sure.
I don't know how much they hold, but it's like a whole extra layer, that goes up. So like the depth perception is a little bit off.
Could you play college football 26 though and diagnose or like look at coverages they're putting in and go, okay, what would I do here? What would I do there?
Yeah.
Have you played with yourself?
I've only got to play once, and that was at the media days.
Can you call every defense though? Even if you're not good with your fingers on the sticks, could you go, okay, they're going to blitz safety. They're cover 2 obviously, so we'll look at the hook here.
Yeah, I always do that. But sometimes the video game's different than real life, and so that's why sometimes it's kind of cracked. But I also like to mess around on the video game, just throw one-on-one jump balls to Eli.
Well, that's what you guys are doing in JV. They're just chunking balls at each other.
Me out. I try to get him to widen me out how Cam Newton did.
Yeah.
At Auburn, but Eli's like, man, I ain't throwing a jump ball to no 5'9" Mexican.
What quarterback do you watch or did you watch as a kid that inspired you?
Johnny Manziel. He was cold. That guy is just a different athlete.
Has he reached out to you at all?
We talked a few times. He's a real cool dude. He's just, when I watch his tape too, he's wired different. That's what I really like about him.
Eddie?
You enjoy Nashville. Like, I always feel like, all these players go to different schools or whatever, but they you working out all the time. You're trying to get better all the time. Do you get to enjoy the town that you live in, which is pretty cool?
Yeah, obviously we're known for like that country music vibe, Broadway. So sometimes maybe I enjoyed it too much last year where I need to take a kick back. But I've had my fair share down Broadway and at Losers and stuff like that. So this year I'm gonna chill back. I'm gonna just it's grind mode. This is the last dance. But I got to meet some cool people too, like maybe like Theo Vaughn.
Yeah,
like that guy's really he's a jokester and he does not lose character.
How did you meet him?
He was at the Bama game, and then after he invited me to one of his shows, and I couldn't go because my sister had a game, and then we just connected from there and just we've had a good time.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Oh yeah, he's a jokester and a half.
We were sitting at dinner once, and he was by himself, and I went up. I was like, "Hey, Theo." He's like, "Hey."
He was by himself.
He was by himself, and he hadn't ordered food yet, but he came over and sat with us, and for like 20 minutes until his food arrived.
Yeah.
And like as soon as he sat down, I'm not even gonna say in character. He was just who I thought he was.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh, he was freaking Theo Vaughn at the table, and just was really funny.
Yeah.
But in that way of like, is this even real?
No, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, is he playing? And since then,
they didn't know each other.
Yeah,
didn't
know him. He was like, hey, I watch your YouTube. And I was like, dude, I watch your stuff too. And so he's like, do you care if I come and sit with you? That's what he said. And I was like, no, come on over.
Yeah.
And so he sat with us for probably 20 minutes. But then I've seen him since we were at Arete here in town, doing IV and stuff. And he comes in and sits right down by me. He goes, I wanted to buy your old house. Didn't say hello. Didn't say we haven't seen each other in months. And for like 20 minutes, he did the Theo Von thing, but I think that's just him now.
Yeah.
Because I wondered at first, like, is he just acting
on a
like,
show?
yeah, but it's been so consistent that I feel like that's just him.
Yeah, he's bro, he makes me laugh every time I see that guy. I remember we walked in, he was getting an IV. What's that place called?
Arete?
Yeah, Arete.
Yeah.
It's right there by the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
us athletes know all about it. Yeah, don't worry about us.
and I walk in and he's like in the back room on his computer doing like a little thing. And I told my brother, hey, act super weird like you're deaf or something. Or like just act like you're deaf, blind, and act like you don't know English, you know? And he like walks in and he like acts like he's like a germaphobe, and he was just like, gave one of the dudes, he was like, what's up, man? And he's like trying to like dap him up, and he's like, is your guy good? You know, but he's never loses character.
Yeah, I think it's his real self.
Yeah.
Wait,
but he's a really good person though.
He's
and
super kind.
He treats me really well. Yeah,
I've seen him treat people wonderfully. Like, he's always super kind. I remember he sat down. He's from Louisiana. I'm from Arkansas. And we sat down and he's like, I've been to Arkansas before. And I was like, cool. That's awesome. I could tell he's going to tell a story. And he said, we used to go up there and turkey hunt. He said, you ever turkey hunt? I said, yeah, a little bit. He said, that stuff ain't fair. And I said, why? What's up? Because we'd be in camp. We'd hunt for like 6-7 hours through the morning. And then we'd go back and, we didn't kill any turkeys. So we put our guns away. We got dressed in our normal clothes, got in the truck and drove out. He goes, well, my buddy saw a turkey and said, no, we got to get out. So he got out and shot and he killed the turkey from the truck. He's like, no, the game's over. You don't get to go after the fourth quarter and go back and throw another pass.
Yeah.
He was like, I felt like that was cheating. Like, we said game over. They came. And so it was like this whole 8-minute monologue that wasn't planned, but it was so funny. And it was exactly what like he does on his podcast on stage and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the tone he does it too, he's so good at telling stories. He's elite at what he does.
Physically, you feel good right now?
Yeah, I feel really good. This is probably the best I've felt since the end of season. I was kind of beat up after the Kentucky game. I got hurt, but now I feel really good.
Do you have to not throw too much right now?
Oh, you're as far as arm care, you're
Just
talking
part
about?
of it, yeah. Like, are you? How is your arm? Is it in shape right now, or do you wait to get it into perfect shape, like before the season starts?
Yeah, I'm putting like some oil on it, get it greased up. But I don't throw too many passes at practice. Once we go into fall camp, probably like the second week is when it'll pick up, and then it'll die down. And then once season hits, we'll be ready to go.
Will you ice your arm after a game like a pitcher?
Oh, no.
If you've thrown 40 balls?
Yeah, I've only thrown 40 balls about 4 times in my career.
Most of the JV games.
That one game
to himself.
But yeah, I'll hop in a little ice or something. That always does a trick.
What do you do right after a game for your body?
Oh shoot, I usually just relax. Let me think. That's a good question.
You ever get in the chamber, the cold thing, the cryo?
Oh, the cryotherapy?
Yeah.
No, we don't have one of those at Vanderbilt. I just go in the next day. They have treatment like at 8 a.m. So I always go into there and just I'm big on my legs, just making sure those are healthy because my arm's always going to come with it.
After the season, NFL aspirations?
For sure. I mean, they can't tell the Heisman winner that he can't get drafted,
They can't, and it's also, there have been other 5'10", 5'11" quarterbacks.
Right. That have gotten drafted,
And have played well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I actually know more quarterbacks over 6'1" who have played, I guess, not as good.
Yeah.
Than people under 6 foot.
Are they investing in your Heisman campaign at Vanderbilt? Have they told you anything they're going to do?
Yeah, for sure.
That's a part of it.
Right. And I think it just comes with good play as well. And that'll result, when we start winning football games.
Well, dude, I really appreciate you coming in. It's super cool to watch you develop and watch you start to be a more of a household name in college football last year, because it definitely happened about midway through, and then people just followed you all year, and I'm sure you felt that as well. And hopefully you're gonna take that momentum and roll it over to this year.
No, for sure. I appreciate you, Bobby. Thank you for having me too.
What about the schedule? Have you looked at it?
Yeah, there'll be some intense games. I love all our road games too. Those will all be fun environments.
What's the hardest place that you've ever had to play?
Oh, that's a good question. Conference USA, I would say Liberty. Liberty was up there. Just the fans were. It was like the sideline was here, and then a foot away, like right there, is where the stands were, so they could you could hear them. Minnesota was a good one. It was the first game, and literally the field was shaking. And
what about last year? What was the hardest place you had to play?
Oh, let me think. I don't think LSU really lived up to the hype.
What time?
Maybe it wasn't field though.
Were you playing day or night?
Night.
You really?
Yeah. And it really wasn't. I honestly think that the whole stadium didn't show up that day, but they got the best of us still, so we got to come in with some fire when they come to town.
Well, dude, congratulations. Rooting for you. I was rooting for you last year. Took a couple games for I was like, all right. Like I like this dude. I like what he does. I like his energy.
Yeah, come check us out.
Yeah.
We'll have a good time for sure.
Last year they were like, come up into the booth and hop on with some of the guys and talk during the game. And I was like, if I go up and they lose, they're gonna blame me. Because anything out of the ordinary, if it happens and there's a loss, fans love to connect it to something else.
For sure.
So last year I didn't do that because I don't want to be connected to any loss. This year I'm gonna look at the schedule and find the game. Are you really gonna win? I'm gonna come up. Because that way it won't be assigned to me. I won't be the reason you guys win or lose. I'll just be up there doing my thing.
Well, just come out, and if anything happens, you can blame it on me.
Well, they'll do that anyway, or they'll credit you. They'll credit you for it too.
Oh yeah.
Do you feel like the quarterback gets all the credit, too much credit, and too much blame?
For sure. There's three people that we always talk about. It's the head coach, the offensive coordinator, and the quarterback. And when we win, we get too much praise, and when we lose, they all throw us under.
With Coach Lee being such a defensive guy, do you spend much time with him?
Oh yeah, I ask him a lot of questions about the defense. He's like thinking about different types of ways. Like we see NFL coverages all day, and like they'll get to a cover 2 doing some weird stuff, and it's like, bro, how are you doing that? That's not even a true cover 2. It looks like cover 3, But that stuff is just way different. Just a lot of third and long stuff that they get to.
Eddie, you have a final question?
No, man, it's just awesome having you here. I mean, dude, my favorite was watching you in New Mexico because that was like late for us.
Right.
So like after I'd lost all my bets of the day, I'm like, all right, New Mexico, let's go, Diego. So, dude, it's really cool having you here.
That's funny because those are the games we watch after Central Time Zone. After all of our games, Eastern and Central go, we're watching like Oregon State, New Mexico.
Yeah.
It's
our last
you guys
chance.
are playing later, so
Right.
we can watch those games later.
I remember at New Mexico State, we were like 9-3 against the spread or something like that.
That's pretty, Eddie, you should know that.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's why he's watching.
Yep.
Diego, good to see you, man. Really appreciate the
Well, I
time.
appreciate you guys having me.